Hi, I'm Jessica Taylor, and today I thought we would take a look through the new 2016-2017 annual Stampin' Up! Catalog. So grab a cup of coffee, pull up a comfy chair, and let's take a look inside. So for this video, I thought that we would take a look at the catalog, how I look at the catalog, the new catalog, when I first get it. So the first thing I do is I actually flip to the back and start with the new accessories. To me, yes, the stamp sets are exciting, but the accessories are always more exciting to me, and I always want to see the new colors first. So Stampin' Up! Has what are called in colors, and there's a new in color collection each year. This is the 2016-2018 in colors are 5 new colors, and they are beautiful. It's always exciting to see them. So here they are. They are Dapper Denim, Emerald Envy, Flirty Flamingo, Peekaboo Peach, and Sweet Sugar Plum. So these are the new colors, and they are gorgeous, and some of them go together better than others, but they're not really designed to all 5 go together. So don't think that you have to use all 5 on one card. They look nice together, but you're more likely going to pick and choose. So my favorite 2 so far, and I've just had about a month to play with them, are the Flirty Flamingo and the Peekaboo Peach together. I really like them together. Here's one card that I made with both of those together, just a birthday card, and I threw in a little pear pizzazz. But don't they look really nice together? I love it. So those are the new in colors, and they're going to be around for 2 years. One thing I wanted to show you about them is that they come in the cardstock, the ink pad, the ink refill, and some ribbon as well. So what drew me to Stampin' Up! In the first place was the color coordination and how everything matched. And I just love that. It makes it so easy for me when I'm making things. So I wanted to show you on the ink pad. If you don't have any Stampin' Up! Ink pads, or maybe I can teach you some tricks that you don't know, what you always want to look for is the 3 dots on top. You're going to push there, and they're going to flip open. And then you just pull on that to close it. So you see that they store upside down automatically, so that's going to keep the ink at the top of your pad. I always buy an ink refill because, for instance, these colors are only going to be around for 2 years. I never want to run out of ink because I can keep using these as long as I can refill them with ink. So one other thing about the ink pads is on the bottom are these stickers. And if you take the name sticker off, you can put it on the end of your pad so that if you store your pads stacked, then you'll still be able to see the color. You don't have to look at the top of the pad. So that's just a quick tip about the ink pads. So these are last year's in colors. They're going to be around for another year. You can get them until May 2017. And my favorite is the Watermelon Wonder. And the other ones are great too, but just my favorite is the Watermelon Wonder. So on the next pages, you're going to find the main color groups from Stampin' Up! My favorite is the brights. I love bright colors. I love to work with them. So you can either get individual cardstock, individual stamp pad, individual ink refills, or you can look at these assortments. For the 8.5 by 11 cardstock, you can get 20 sheets, 2 each of these 10 colors. You can get all 10 Stampin' Pads together, and you're going to save $10.50 if you buy the assortment pack versus if you buy the individual ink pads. So again, always buy the ink refill when you buy the ink pad and you will be happy. Next, what I'm always most excited about to see in the catalog are the designer series papers. I love to use these pretty papers to make one sheet wonder cards. That's where you use a one sheet wonder template to cut up the paper and then use it to make a stack of cards. Super fun, super easy. It's really fast. So what you want to do is, if you don't have all of the colors of cardstock or ink, what I would suggest is you pick a designer series paper, and I think my favorite one this time is going to be the Blooms and Bliss designer series paper. I think these flowers are so pretty. And the paper is always prettier in person than it is in the catalog. It's so hard to see what the full design is here. But you're going to want to get the pack of paper. Then you can get the cardstock pack that goes with it. There's 3 colors. You want to make sure you have those 3 colors of ink pads, and then you're going to be able to make a ton of cards with those. So, or scrapbook pages, whatever you want to make. But you know that the colors are going to coordinate. They also tell you all the colors that come in a pack. This is a great place to look for color combo ideas. So whether you have the paper or not, you know that these colors are going to work together. You can pick 2 or 3 of them, even 4 or 5 of them, and you know that they're going to go together. So these are all the 12 by 12 designer series papers. And then on this page, there are some 6 by 6 paper stacks, just 3 of them. These down here are also 12 by 12. But these little paper stacks are so cute. And again, you can make cards with these or scrapbooks or whatever you want to make. But I love the colors and patterns in the A Little Foxy set. It's Calypso Coral, Pool Party, Smoky Slate with a little bit of black thrown in. So I can't wait to get creating with that pack. Then there's a ton of stuff in this catalog that you're going to want to look at, but I'm just going to kind of skip to the things that I liked or that I think you shouldn't miss. These new enamel shapes come in brights, regals, or subtles. Those are going to be the 10 colors that I showed you on the other page, or they come in the new in colors. These are fun. Here's just 2 of the colors. Hopefully you can see that against the catalog. But what I really like about these is that they're not too raised. They're pretty flat so that it's going to be okay to put these on a card and put them through the mail. And that's really important for me because I like my cards to be mailable. So these are in fun shapes, fun colors. I think those are going to be really fun to use. Next is ribbon, and ribbon is one of those things where I think it's so hard to tell when you're just looking in the catalog what it actually looks like. So I'm going to show you a couple of the ribbons that I already have. I absolutely love the new ruched ribbon, and this comes in the new in colors. This is the Dapper Denim, and it's really easy to work with. It's kind of smooth, and you don't have to have it perfect because it has a little bit of a wrinkle to it already. So this is going to be really fun to use on cards, and I can just see tying up cello bags with it. Lots of different uses. And again, I just love that the colors coordinate. This 5/8 inch mini striped ribbon, that's what this is going to look like. That's how big it is. And this is the Cucumber Crush. And then this is one that I really did not have any clue what this looked like. I thought this was bigger until I got some of it, and it's really tiny. So this is really nice. I don't know why I was thinking that it was a wider ribbon, but it's only 1/8 of an inch. Maybe had I looked at the 1/8 of an inch, I would have realized that. But it's really pretty, and it comes in 3 different colors. This is Smoky Slate. Also on the ribbon page are some washi tapes. And this is the Pop of Pink designer washi tape. I had to have that right away because my daughter is all about pink, and I knew she would love to work with those. So next, I don't want you to miss these uninked Stampin' Spots. So what these are, if you've ever gotten a paper pumpkin kit, these are the little ink pads that come in those kits, and they're just great. They're great if you travel and you like to take stamping supplies with you, or they're great if you are just starting out and you're on a budget and you want to start with a few colors of ink, but you don't want to spend a lot of money. You can get these ink pads. They come in a pack of 5, so you would get these ink pads and then just get an ink refill in the color you want, and you're going to add the ink refill onto the pad, and you can have the pad in any color you want. So I think those are going to be really nice. Next are these foam adhesive strips. We have been wanting these forever. It's really hard to find a foam strip that is narrow enough and thick enough to make shaker cards with, but this is going to be so great. So here's one shaker card that I made, and this uses the new confetti punch that's later in the catalog. But you can see that I taped my card together upside down. Don't do that. I was in a hurry. But the foam strip just goes around behind your window sheet so that you have room to put your confetti in to make a shaker card. So that is a don't want to miss. I'm going to come back to that page in a little bit. Some new punches. There's the sprinkles, I guess it's called. I call it the confetti punch. There's a banner, double banner punch, a new best badge. Cute little fox builder punch. If you like these builder punches, that's a new one. And then you're not going to want to miss this new Big Shot platform. So if you hate messing around with those annoying tabs on your multi-purpose platform, you're going to want to get this right away. And I'll do a video on that later when I have it and can show you how it works. But it's going to be so much nicer than the multi-purpose tabbed platform that used to come with the Big Shot. If you buy a Big Shot now, you're automatically going to get this platform with your Big Shot. Okay? So then there's a ton of new thinlits and framelits. On this page, the only new one is the popcorn box thinlits. And I just wanted to point out that this is really small. look at the dimensions for it because it really only fits like a couple handfuls of popcorn. So it's super cute, but I don't want you to order it thinking that it's bigger than it is. It's really a tiny little treat container. So the framelits that I was most excited about were the layering squares, circles, and ovals. And that's because they not only layer together really nice, but it's hard to see in here, but if you look closely at the framelits, you're going to get plain square ones, and then you're going to get scallop square ones. And these are going to all layer in different ways depending on how big you want your border to be or how small you want your border to be. And you can get them in squares, circles, or ovals. These are going to be so great. I know that I'm going to use these all the time. So then another cute one that I wanted to point out here so that you don't miss it is the sliding star framelits. So this is for making motion cards, and there's actually a stamp set that goes with it. And it'll tell you if there's coordinating stamp set, it'll say underneath. So this stamp set is the Shooting Star stamp set on page 91. So here's the stamp set. When you're looking at the stamp sets, you can tell if it has a coordinating punch or framelit because it's going to have the shading around the image. And then down below, it's going to tell you coordinates with this circle punch with this framelit die set. Also look for the bundles because you're going to save when you buy the stamp set and the framelit dies together. You're going to save 10%. So down here, they show you how you can make motion cards. And the Spee will kind of run around the hive in the middle, or this paper airplane will look like it's shooting across the card. So that's kind of a fun one. So here's a few more framelits. This one is really pretty. It's hard to tell in the catalog what they look like. So I'm going to post on my blog some pictures of what you actually get when you cut out with these so that you can see how pretty they are. There's a couple new embossing folders, and they come in a bunch of different sizes. So I want you to make sure that you look underneath. For instance, this new Seaside one that I have to have is 6 by 6, but some of these are only 4.5 by a little more than 6. So just make sure you look at the size so you know what you're getting. And then these new Floral Affection, these two folders come together and they're smaller, so almost like half size. But I just wanted to show you one quick card. This is actually a note card that I made with this. So I just embossed some Flirty Flamingo cardstock. And then, I'm not sure if you can see it on the video, but I added a little bit of the Wink of Stella clear glitter pen and just highlighted parts of the flowers so they'd shimmer and shine. So that'll make really quick and easy cards. So if your wish list is already a mile long and we haven't even gotten to the stamp sets yet, you might want to take advantage of the starter kit offer. If you join Stampin' Up, it's only $99 for the starter kit. You can pick up to $125 worth of stamping products, anything you want from the catalog, and you're going to get free shipping on your starter kit as well. Then once you've signed up, you're going to get a 20% discount on all of your Stampin' Up orders. This is the best deal. This is the best deal that you're going to get. But if for some reason you're not quite ready to join as a demonstrator yet, and let me just tell you, as a demonstrator, you don't actually ever have to demonstrate to someone else if you don't want to. You can just buy for yourself, maybe share with a friend or two. But if you're not ready to do that, you can always just place an order, and you can get Stampin' Rewards to use for free products when you place an order of $150 or more. So once your order is more than that, you're going to earn Stampin' Rewards, and you can use those free rewards on anything from the catalog, or you can use them to choose from these exclusive host stamp sets that you can't purchase any other way. And how cute is this little Love You Lots stamp set? I think that's adorable. So there's some fun host-only stamp sets that you don't actually have to host a party. You can just place an order of $150 or more and get those for free. Okay, now let's talk stamp sets. This video could go on forever, but because I want to keep it short, or shorter, I'm just going to show you a few of my favorite stamp sets. So let me, actually before I do that, I want to talk to you about the stamps because this is actually one of the things that people get most confused about. So before I show you my favorites, let me talk to you about the kind of stamps. You have classic rubber that come in wood mount or clear mount. I think the wood mount is pretty self-explanatory, but here it is. It comes unassembled, but you get a sticker you can put on the wood block, you get the wood block, and then you get the red rubber stamp to put on the block. This is actually still my favorite kind of stamp. It's really easy to stamp with, and I like to hold on to those wood blocks. However, it is less expensive to buy a clear mount stamp set versus a wood mounted. And that's because you just get the actual stamps. So this one I haven't fully put together yet. But know that when you get the clear mount, you're going to have to buy or make sure that you have a clear mount block that you can put the stamp image on. So you would just pull it out, stick it to this block, use it, clean it, and then put it away. So you'll notice that this one I didn't put a sticker on. It comes with stickers that you can put on. They actually stick to the clear blocks better if you don't put the stickers on, so sometimes I don't. When I fully put the stamp together, I'm going to peel the backing off of this. I want to keep this border frame and just stick it in there so that my stamps don't end up all over the place. And that way when I use a stamp, I can just put it right back in its spot. So these are the clear mount stamps. Now, a lot of people get these confused with clear stamps, but these are clear mount. They're going to come in red rubber. What Stampin' Up! Calls totally clear stamps is photopolymer. So for instance, these are photopolymer. You can totally see through them, which is great for when you want to place things. So when you want to, say, put a raccoon mask on your animal, you'll be able to see through the stamp to know where to place it. So again, clear mount actually means red rubber that you put on clear mount blocks. Photopolymer are the totally clear. So that's what it tells you on this page. And then if you go to the back of the catalog, that's where you're going to find on page 183, these are the clear blocks. And when you're looking at the stamp sets, it's going to tell you, let me see if I can find one, suggested clear blocks, and it's going to tell you the letters. So when you get your stamp set, you can say, all right, I'm going to need the A block, the E block. And I find that the stamps stamp the best if you use a block that is closer to the size of the stamp. Okay, so that's what you're going to need. If you're going to clean your stamps, and I recommend that you do, keeps them nicer, I just spray a little Stampin' Mist on my Stampin' Scrub pad, rub them on the wet side, then dry them on the dry side, put them away. Also, the clear block cleaning cloth I use all the time to wipe off my clear mount blocks and keep them clean so that the stamps stick to them better. Okay, now I'm going to show you just a few of my favorite stamps. The first one that stood out to me as one I had to have is just a single stamp, and it says happy birthday. It's called Stylized Birthday, and I just thought it's really simple, it's a nice font, and I thought I would use that a lot with a lot of other stamp sets. So that is going to be on my first order. Then if we skip ahead, I send the most thank you cards. That's the most kind of card that I send, and so Thankful Thoughts is at the top of my list. And it's just got a variety of fonts and nice little thank you sayings. So I really like that one. Also, this one is not usually my style, but what I really love about this Floral Phrases stamp is the fonts. This congratulations for all the thoughtful things you do, wedding wishes, a special note of thanks to you. I just love how they mix the fonts on those, and I think those are going to be great for cards. I may never use this flower stamp ever. We'll just see, but I definitely will use the words. And I showed you this before in the back of the catalog. This is a really detailed Thinlit die. How gorgeous is this card? All you do is cut it out with that, stamp congratulations, tie some ribbon around, boom. It looks gorgeous. So I think that's a must-have. Now, the next stamp set I'm going to show you, you might have sticker shock, but this is an alphabet stamp set. This is the actual size. And that's a good point. All of these stamps are shown at actual size. So what you see is what you get, except for a few like this one, where this is the actual size and this part is shown at 40% size. But for the most part, all of them are shown the size that they are. So this also has a coordinating framelit set. So for the stamp set and the framelit set, so that you can cut out your letters for cards, for decor pieces, for banners, it's $133, which is on the spendy side, but I totally think it's worth it, and I plan on getting it because I make a lot of banners and I like to make words. My kids love to make words, and so I think that there's a lot that you can do with this. And I love my number set, so I'm sure I'm going to love the alphabet as well. Okay, something else you're going to be excited about, and that is there are Christmas stamps in here. So starting on page 26, there will be more Christmas stamps coming before Christmas, but if you like to get started on them during the summer now, there are some stamp sets and ideas that will help you get started. So I know that was a disappointment in the last catalog that they made sure they put them in this catalog, which was great. Also, do not miss, way back here on the last page is the Ronald McDonald stamp set called My Hero. So if you buy this stamp set, Stampin' Up! Will donate $3 to the Ronald McDonald House Charities. And it's a super cute set that has stamps for lots of different occasions. So be sure to check that one out. Okay, so again, I could go on all day long about stamps, but I think we all kind of have our favorites no matter what. And we almost have to wait and see what people make with the different stamp sets before we decide which ones are our favorite. So once I've looked through all the new products in the catalog, then I go back and I look just at the project ideas. So I kind of ignore the stamp sets and I just look at the project ideas. So here are some that just popped out at me. This card right here, which is kind of pink snowflakes. I'm not sure that I love the pink snowflake idea, but I love the layout of this card and I can see making it with flowers instead of snowflakes and then using washi tape and a little greeting there with a popped up flower here. So you want to look beyond the actual card for ideas that you can use maybe with supplies that you already have. You're also going to find lots of color combo ideas, layout ideas. Back to my favorite thank you stamp set. What I loved about these cards is that it showed me a way to use my extra little bits of ribbon. I hate to throw those extra little bits out, and here's a great way to tuck them behind your greeting. And then finally, one other sample that I really liked was this shaker card here, and you can see they use the oval framelits to just create a tiny little scallop frame. So I look for things like that to give me ideas on how to use supplies that I already have. All right, so we've jumped all around the catalog, but what if you want to find exactly what you're looking for? Right on page 1, there is a table of contents that tells you, okay, what's the occasion? Here's different pages you can look for it on. Where can you find different accessories? That's really going to help you out. Also, as you're looking through the catalog, you want to make sure that you check out these suites. So this is the Festive Birthday Suite, and what a suite does is it combines products that go together. Stampin' Up! Makes it really easy for you to know what goes together. So this Festive Birthday Suite has designer series paper, a stamp set with a coordinating framelit set, an embossing folder, and it also has some ribbon that goes with it. So you'll notice that the ribbon colors match with the paper colors, and then they show you ideas for how you can use them all together. So be sure to look for those, and again, don't miss the bundles. And then if you skip to the back, there is a stamp set index. So if you know the name of your stamp set, this is how you can easily find it. And if you don't, you might have to flip through or look a little harder. But also, there's a greeting stamp set index. So if a stamp set is mostly words, you're going to find a picture of it back here. And I use this as a reference all the time to find a greeting that I want to use on a card. So if you are totally overwhelmed after looking through this catalog, maybe you just want to start getting into card making and you don't know where to start, the best place to start is with a kit. So way back here, there's kind of a few kits all throughout. Maybe not all throughout, maybe in the beginning, maybe in the end as well. But on pages 8 and 9 is the watercolor wishes card kit. If you're overwhelmed and you're just getting started, I totally recommend starting with this kit. It has everything you need to make 20 cards. It includes the stamp set that then, once you have these cards made, you can use these stamps and ink and maybe just get a little paper and you can make more cards and more cards with these things. Great greetings that you're going to use for a lot of different things. So I hope that you enjoyed this catalog tour with me, and if you want to take a closer look and you want your own copy of the catalog, you can go ahead and request your copy at inkitupwithjessica.com/catalog. Thanks so much for watching.